Today we are going to show you about the oil spill.
This is what you'll need today. You'll need a bowl full of water, a big one, and you'll need blue dye, blue coloring food, olive oil, and then something that floats like a boat.
First, you're going to set up your bowl of water.
Second, you put your food coloring in. How much color?
Make it look like the harbor?
Yeah. Make it look like our harbor.
Yeah, this is good.
Pretty dark.
This is good. Put your animals in the water.
This is totally up to your children which animals and boats they want to use. This is just to make it fun. Okay. So now you guys, what happens if that boat crashes in the ocean?
The oil spills in the ocean.
Now we're going to use olive oil to simulate an oil spill. So you can have one of your children, or you can pour the olive oil into the water. So say this tanker crashed. What's going to happen, you guys?
This tanker crashed, and now oil spilled everywhere. And then oil spilled everywhere.
So what do you guys see, first of all?
We see big, like, globs of oil.
Okay, so what do the animals now feel like now that they've been in the oil? So when you pick up the octopus in there, what does it feel like? Does it feel kind of slimy?
Yeah, it feels very slimy.
Yeah. So that's what happens to real animals in the ocean. Now we found some feathers outside, and we're going to dip them in the water just to see what happens.
Wow.
So what happened to the feather, Everett?
It shrinked and it's all slimy and the bird can't fly because the stuff isn't the feathers aren't out as much.
Yeah, and it's stuck in so it can't go out and make the bird fly.
What kind of things do you think in the house could help us get that oil out of the water?
Use a spoon.
A spoon? What are some other ideas?
A filter, it will filter the water out, but filter the oil in.
But keep the oil in.
That's a good idea. What else?
You can also use like a cup.
A cup?
And
Could you maybe use a sponge?
A sponge, yeah.
Could you maybe use a paper towel?
No.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to test all these things that we thought could get the oil out.
I'm going to use the spoon because I think it'll take up the oil. And then I'm going to use my finger.
Okay, but it's still kind of connected, right? So it's kind of hard to get it out with a spoon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Everett, you want to try the sponge?
The sponge I picked.
What do you think? Good way to get the oil out, or maybe not the best to get?
Not the best, but kind of good.
Kind of good? Okay, what about the paper towel?
The paper towel, my sister chooses.
Definitely.
It filtered all of it
So that's
out.
pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the filter that Everett you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
So do we think that's the best way of getting the oil out of the water?
Yes.
Yeah? We agree? You want to
Yeah.
hold it up? Very cool.
This is like the Harbor Sea bin. It filters the oil out.
So Lucy, today, which one did we learn was the best way of getting oil out of the water?
The paper towel.
Okay, so like a filtration system.
Yes.
What did we learn about what happens to feathers when they get oil on them?
So when they get oil on them, they can't swim and they can't fly. They can only, they can't dive, but they can only swim on top of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then they die without food from starving. And that's how birds die if boats crash. So that's why it's bad to have a ship blown up or just sunken.
Thank you
Thank you for doing our activity.